everybody, Smyrna Cowboy here. I'm going to do a little video here on the way to my buddy's house on the differences between ALF and Gand-ALF. What I like about the new one, what I don't like about the new one, just comparing the two. So in actuality, I'm comparing a 2004 Suzuki Bergman 650 stock to a 2012 Bergman Suzuki 650 Executive. So let's get started here. Well, you know, the first thing I like about it is the power mirrors. Like, I use those a lot, but I use them in the garage to get in between that and the storage thing we have for canned goods out in the garage. And I like the windscreen. Of course, I'm going to have to get a new one because this is just too short for me. Because when I stand up like this, I'm looking straight out, and I need to get one about that much taller so I can adjust it up and down. I like that about it. And the ABS brakes, I just got to get used to the ABS brakes. I'm getting used to them now. I've driven, let's see how many miles I've got on it so far. I don't know if you can see that or not, guys. Oops, wrong one. 153 miles on it so far. So that's the temperature. The temperature gauge is on there, ambient temperature and a clock, and then you got your speedo, and then your drive mode and manual mode. It seems like the speedometer letters are smaller on this one than it was on ALF. I don't like the clock there because it was over here on this side and it stayed on all the time. So, like that one, liked it like that. And it had a temperature gauge on the 2004. This doesn't have a temperature gauge, it has idiot lights. I don't like that about it. But, you know, like I say, it's just stuff that you have to get used to. And all I did was change the plastics out, pulled this off ALF and this, because I had all the holes drilled and everything mounted on this one. So on the other bike, it's got brand new plastics on the handlebars and everything. So I had this, you know, I made that over the years to hold all my stuff with. And let's see what else. It rides a lot better. Of course, it's new, and since I put the custom seat on it too, it rides great. ALF rode really good too, but you know, being new, I guess probably mostly in your mind because you got a new bike. And I went ahead and transferred the blind spot mirrors, and I showed you the LEDs I put on the inside of the mirrors. Give me a little bit more room here on there. And let's take her out on the road. And one thing I like about this one too, let me put my helmet down so you can probably hear me better. You won't have so much wind noise there. I'll have to use the ABS editor to bring the volume up. This has a 6-speed manual. Now when I say manual, all it is just a gear ratio range. Instead of having a manual transmission, it still has a CVT transmission, but it's just the RPM range of the CVT. I got a chance to use that on Murfreesboro Road because the speed limit there is 55 miles an hour. So I thought I'd try it out, and the RPMs went down to right at 2,500 to 3,000 RPM in 6-gear overdrive. So that'll save me a lot of gas on the interstate when I get past the 600-mile break-in period. And let me get your thoughts about that too. Manufacturers suggest to do that 600-mile break-in period under 4,000 RPM. I've heard pretty much even conflicting not conflicting, but even theories on that, to go ahead and do what the manufacturer says and keep it below 4,000 RPM for the first 600 miles. And then I've heard also to ride it like you always ride it, regardless. So it'll break in that way. So just give me your opinion about that. So I would appreciate that very much. I opted not to put the blinker minder on this one because these LEDs are so bright that it's less likely to forget that your blinker's on. And I've ridden right at 36,000 miles on ALF, so I pretty much got turning the blinker off when you turn down pretty good. Well, you would think, but sometimes I still forget. So I opted not to put the blinker monitor on there. Now I just left it on ALF so the next owner can have that, and it has the toggle switch on the dash so you can turn it on and off. Now in the glove box here underneath there, it's lockable. It's a lockable glove box. But the only thing is on that is it must have the motor of the windscreen there. So I've got about this much room in the glove box all the way across to here to there, and then I had the other deep pocket in that way. So the only thing that you can get there is the 12-volt plug that comes out to the cell phone or whatever. That's the only thing that you can get from there. I don't like that, but you know, it's a trade-off, you know. Like I say, it's not a real bad deal breaker or anything like that, but I would like to have that pocket in there. But hey, you know, for the convenience of up and down windscreen, you know, that's worth it. I went ahead and transferred the modulators on this bike. I really like the modulators, but the only thing is, this being a white bike now, and I always wear my reflective safety vest, a lot more people will be thinking I'm a police officer and pull over, but I hope that doesn't come to pass, because I don't want to impede traffic in any way at all, make people mad at me and stuff. But hey, if they see me, they see me. That's all that matters, to be honest with you. If they don't like it, let them eat cornbread, my mama used to always say. Well, let's see what else. The color was really insignificant for the price I got for the bike. It listed back in 2012 for $9,800, and I got it for $62.99. So the color was irrelevant to me. You know, it could have been pink for all I cared, but I would paint it first before I rode it. Well, you know, you gotta have some couth, you know. But you know, white, it's a lot easier to keep clean than the black did. And I went ahead and, like I said in the last video, I went ahead and put that door trim on the white fenders in the front to give it some contrast. I'm getting a lot of feedback on the boxes and stuff on there too, with the contrast of white and black. So a lot of people was asking if I was going to paint the side bags white or whatever, because it's just too much black. Well, I like it, and I've got stickers on the bags and stuff, and when I do start to travel You know, I have all the V-Logger stickers on my travel luggage, so that's not an option to paint them white. Now, if they were painted white before I put the stickers on there, that would be a different story, but you know, I got stickers on there now, so I'm still adding some. I'll probably be adding some this weekend while the weather's nice. Still got some salt in the road there, you see. And I've got to get used to the engine braking on this one. Just things you got to get used to, you know. That's all it is, really. Once you become accustomed to it, then it'll be second nature, like Alpha second nature when I rode it. My projects this weekend include, I've got the Karakin grips in, so I'm going to change the Karakin grips for those. Those are the ones I had like on ALF, and take the throttle boss off of ALF and put on mine. So I'll just have stock Karakin grips on ALF. And I bought another horn. It's not an air horn, but it's twice as loud as the stock horn, because I just didn't really want to try to tap it in and get another relay and all that stuff for an air horn. And I don't think I would have enough room on this one, like I did in the other one, to put an air horn up there. I may get one down the road, but we'll see how this other horn does. I got it in the other day from JP Cycles, and we'll see how that turns out. So I'll do a few things on Gand-ALF today, and then I got to save up some money and get another windshield. These windshields are not cheap. This one for the executive here that I'm going to get is going to run with shipping and everything right about $300. So they ain't cheap by no means. So I gotta save some money up for that. Well, that's about it. My comparison to the 2004 to the 2012 Bergman scooters. So we're going to cut it off here, and we will catch you guys later. This is a Smyrna Cowboy here in Laverne, Tennessee, at my buddy's house. Wishing you and yours a good day. And until next time, adios.